Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rayanne from Rayanne's Floor Wreath. So it's another DIY Santa Claus wreath. All I'm using are from Dollarama and Dollar Tree supplies. So what you need is a wreath frame. So I have 14-inch wreath frame. I got my Santa Claus from Dollar Tree and then this green burlap from Dollarama. So all this stuff you can also get them at Michael's and Walmart. But if you're like me, who wants to be on a budget, just go on Dollarama and Dollar Tree. Okay, so I also got some cute embellishments. I got a snowflake and an angel, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it all or some of it or none of it until I put my burlap and my Santa Claus together. So right now, guys, both Dollarama and Dollar Tree has some cute ornaments this year. And I noticed the theme is, I believe it's rustic. And um both Dollarama and Dollar Tree has lots of plaid ornaments. And also there's a few glitter, but I'm not a big fan of glitter, but it's so cute this year. I loved it. Which I bought a lot and to put in my Christmas tree. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to do, I believe it's called a ruffle. So you basically put the burlap in between of the bars. So this reed frame that I have, it's 14-inch. It has 4 bars. So basically, you're going to put the burlap in 1 and 2, which is the one that's closest to me, and the other one on 3 and 4, which is away from me. And then what you're gonna do is you pull up the burlap, make sure it's basically same height, and then you push it to your left hand. If you're right-handed like me, as you can see, I'm making sure that the height is even, and then I pull up together, and then I would push it to my left, and then my left hand is holding the ruffles together. If you guys notice, I didn't use a zip tie to hold it in the beginning. What I like about burlap is that they can hold its shape. As you can see, I didn't use any zip ties, but once you do this method, the ruffle depends on how tight you want it. It's not gonna go anywhere, and and I believe I did one section, and I believe 8 ruffles, and it's super tight and it looks so nice. So as you can see, I'm again pulling everything together, making sure they're same height. I just prefer like that. You don't have to be in the same height, but I feel like if you don't balance or even out the burlap in height, I feel like it's uneven. I think it's just part of me that I don't like it. So that's why I'm making sure that my burlap are all same height so it looks all equally nice. So that's a first row done. So now I'm on the final um, section of my wreath. So as you can see how lovely that is, nice ruffle sprout. So I'm showing you the crossbar, it ends. So basically you do the same method. You don't need to zip tie it. You go to the next section and you just pull the burlap again, and then you push it to your left, or if you're left-handed, you push it to your right so that your right-handed can hold it, and continue what I am doing right now. So as you can see, I'm making sure that they are nice and even. You see how nice the wreath is? It's nice and full, and it's ruffle, and I just love how the burlap is going in different directions. It's not it's not that bad. It's actually very full. So the ruffle method is easy to do. It's very simple to follow. Once you try it, actually it's very easy and it's simple. It's not too complicated and it just looks so nice and elegant. So I am cutting the end of the burlap at a desired length that I want, and I am going to continue the same method, the ruffles, and I don't need to zip tie it. So as you can see, so I'm just fluffing it up, just so it looks nice and full. So what I like about this method is that you use less zip ties or pipe cleaners. You can secure it with zip ties and pipe cleaners, especially by the crossbar. Doesn't look tight, but it's still like it will hold the shape. And I used 2 of the burlap and I still have a few more left. So for the 14-inch, you just need 2 burlaps and any color you want to use. So as you can see, you see the little bubble? That's from the crossbar. So it doesn't matter if you pull it as much as you want, you're still going to have that bubbles from the back. But that's okay. Don't worry because no one will notice the back. If you want, you can zip tie it just to secure it. So I'm just playing it around. I'm just fixing it properly. As you can see, it can't really do much for the crossbar. So I'm going to show you how I zip tie it where the crossbar is. I'm using a 6-inch very like slim zip tie, and it's in black so you can't really see it when I put the zip tie on. As you can see, I'm still trying to fix the burlap. I'm very what's the word I'm looking for? Very in detail oriented. Like I make sure that what I do, it looks very nice and presentable. So especially when it comes to making wreaths, I make sure it looks nice, it's presentable, and I just like to see people's reaction and that they love it. So now I'm fluffing it and making sure that um, the bars are hidden. So I'm fluffing it outwards and outwards because so that way it's like going from 2 different not 2 different, but it goes in different directions and it's covering the bars. Okay, so now I'm going to put my Santa Claus head in the middle. It's Santa Claus is my main focal point. So I'm going to cut some wire, also from Dollarama, in black because you can't see it once it's put together. I basically going to find the middle where I want my Santa Claus is, and then I am going to poke a hole, which I'm struggling, as you can see, the wire at the back of the hat, and then I'm going to hang it on the bar. I'm still struggling. I think the material on the Santa Claus is thick and that my wire is too thin and it's too soft, kind of like it bendable, so it's not going through, and this is why I'm struggling. So now I almost got it, yay! So okay, so I went through, so now I am going to place it in the middle, and then I am going to tie it to the back. So you guys want to hear a funny story about the Santa Claus? This ornament is actually for my Christmas tree, and I bought about four of them, four or five to put on my Christmas tree from Dollar Tree. Then after Dollar Tree, I went to Dollarama to see what kind of Christmas ornaments they have. Then I saw this green burlap, which I actually bought all of them, and when I went the next day and a couple of days after that, they don't have it anymore. So I think I took whatever they have. So then I'm like, hey, my Santa Claus has that green leaves with a mistletoe, and this is perfect as a main focal point for my green burlap. And next thing you know, I'm playing around, seeing some inspired by Santa Claus with the green leaves, and then figuring out how am I gonna do it. And now here I am creating this tutorial for you guys. Not funny? So a lot of my Christmas ornaments are from Dollar Tree or Dollarama, and I always tell myself, okay, it's gonna go on my tree, but then I ended up making a wreath out of it. If you guys noticed that when I mentioned Dollarama, I'm Canadian. I'm from Toronto, GTA, Greater Toronto area in Canada. We do have Dollar Tree as in the city, but we also have Dollarama. Dollarama is like Canadian version of Dollar Tree. So I know that many who are watching, Dollar Tree is owned by Americans and Dollarama is owned by Canadians. So if you guys notice that if I said Dollarama, it's the Canadian version of Dollar Tree. So if that makes sense. Now the difference is that a Dollar Tree is a bit cheaper, but they don't carry stuff that Dollarama has. Dollarama is a bit more, but they also don't carry some of Dollar Tree supplies. But overall, they're both dollar store, which is perfect. So more options, more varieties. I can go to both, I can go to one. So it's not always just one store, which is perfect. So in my area, I have 4 Dollarama and 1 Dollar Tree. So I'm hoping for another Dollar Tree store, another one to open, because it's nice to go to one store, and if that one store doesn't have the supplies that you need, you can always go to the next store and maybe that other store has it. So it's funny because I have $4 ramen in each four corners of where I live, and it's perfect. And I always tell everybody um, to always ask when is the new shipment's coming, and I would go the next day to see what's new in the store. And not all Dollarama has the same shipment date, um, but it's nice to know when are the new items are coming in. Isn't that crazy? I'm just like a Dollarama, Dollar Tree fanatics. So now, once I secured my, let's go back to what I'm doing. So I secured my Santa Claus, and now I'm just playing around with my small embellishments with my angels and star. I'm just trying to picture where should I put it. As you can see, I even have this bell from Dollar Tree, and it's silver because I didn't want to add any of other colors. I just want the Santa Claus as the main focal point, and then adding the small little ornaments around it looks very nice and simple. So I got this other snowflake. So I got two different kinds of snowflake. One is a small one, and one is a bit big one. So before I glue anything, I take out all my other ornaments that I have and just play around figuring out where to put them. So it's just you see what looks good. I was thinking snowflakes, but then it kind of took away the main focal point. I didn't want people to think like, oh, it's Santa Claus, but I like that snowflake. And so now I'm not going to use the snowflake, the big one. I'm going to use, let's see, the bell. So bells with snowflake. But then again, the snowflake is so big that it takes away my focal point. So now I'm playing around with my angel. I think I'm gonna like this one. I have the bells and the angels. I think I'm gonna go with that, and I'm gonna put a small snowflakes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go through this. This looks nice. So one angel can be looking down, and one angel looking up, looking at Santa Claus. It's nice to have different directions, so it just balances out your whole creativity, your whole thing of what you're making. If you're going to make something and it's all same line, it looks, for me, I'm very into details, and it bothers me. But again, you guys don't have to do what I'm doing. It's up to you. But for me, if I'm doing something and an angel or whatever ornament all in same line, it just looks so plain for me. There's no drama, there's no story around it. So here I completely forgot to put E6000 on my first ornament on the angel. So I'm using E6000, and then I'm putting hot glue to secure every single ornament. The E6000, it takes 24 hours to dry. So what I was trying to say is that one angel will be looking down and one angel is going to look up to Santa Claus. So it's like the angel's trying to say something to Santa Claus, and then one angel looking down, meaning that Santa Claus already talked to that angel. You get what I'm saying? So like it's like this, it's like a communication happening, like planning for the holidays, the Christmas, the gifts. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a story when I make a wreath. Then the bells, I use it as an accent. So with this wreath is basically, as I picture it, Santa Claus is calling all his angel elf, and behind it is the bell that the swaying back and forth and calling the elf angels so that he can plan everything, what needs to be done. But that's just me. When I do something, I like to tell a story. So I hope you guys don't mind what I'm saying and what I'm doing. But again, it's up to you guys. However you want to decorate. But for me, I prefer that there is a story behind every wreath that I make. So I'm just adding the final touch of my wreath. I'm using a small star rather than the big one that I was playing around with. I think this just balance everything out and just make the wreath very simple and looks elegant. And I really want my Santa Claus to be the main focal point that attracts attention. So I hope you guys like this video. Please hit the like button and also turn on your notification so that you guys can get the new video coming out. I am going to try to post once a week as I am super busy with custom orders, and I will try my best to do a lot of DIYs using Dollarama and Dollar Tree items. So I think this is it. I am done of my Santa Claus wreath. Just look how gorgeous it is. It really pops out, doesn't it? So white, silver, and green, pretty much, is the color. And not a lot of ornaments, but that's okay. It's up to you guys. So until then, guys, hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.